Okay, Chef Wonderful here. We're starting the crêpe flambée, the amazing flambée. Now look, you have to do everything by hand. This is not an easy dish, but if you really want to get into the most incredible dessert on earth, everything has to be fresh. I like to say fresh. And so look, you can't use canned peaches. That's the easy trick. People go buy canned peaches and they just take them already sliced and they put them in the flambé. If you do that, you'll burn in hell in eternity. You've got to go through the whole process of finding slightly overripe peaches like I have here. And then you're going to blanch them. You're going to put them in boiling water to remove the skin in the most efficient manner. All right? Look, it takes time, but nothing good happens unless you're willing to work at it. All right? That's what I'm talking about here. Here's the peach. Wooden spoon. It's the right way to do it. That way you don't burn yourself as heat goes up the metal. Into the boiling water it goes. It confuses the peach. That's what happens. And it lets the skin know that it's got to separate from the flesh or the meat of the peach. Now we're going to need these peaches. Why? Because we want that beautiful, delicate, slightly overripe peach inside the crêpe flambée. That's the key to success. Each one at a time. It takes a tremendous amount of time. It's work. Cooking is not easy, my friends, but the end game is to make the very best. And every time I make it, I get better and better, leaving the competition in the dust. All right, we're taking the peach out. All right, here's a little trick. Come over to the sink, pour a little cold water on it to shock the peach back to room temperature. See that? A lot of people don't know this. Now, most great chefs bond with a knife. This is my knife. This was made by a master of folded steel whose family started as a samurai. Like he actually made samurai swords. Think about that. You can see the folds right here. See that? This blade has never been touched by any other hand except Chef Wonderful. I am one with the blade. We have a relationship. We understand each other. That's what matters. Now, our trick is to use the blade that you're one with. My blade, samurai sword from the 1800s. So sharp it would slice your finger off if you didn't respect it, but I also communicate with it. Now I'm going to twist it in half here and get the fruit in half. That side's ready. Then I dig in and remove the stone. And now the fruit is one with me. And I use the blade to slice it thinly because I know I'm going to the crêpe flambée. And I want it to be very, very thin, just gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it's perfect. But you know, I try every single fruit. I don't let a single sliver of peach ever go into one of my crêpe flambés unless I have tasted it first. But that's that first. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the color of that fruit. It's absolutely gorgeous. Here's the other side. Oh my goodness. I can smell it right now. It is a beautiful peach. Unbelievable. And just to prove it, I'll take one slice. Ready? Always embrace the fruit. Put it on the palate. The delicacy of that fruit is different than the last peach. It has more of a texture to it, which is going to be perfect for the flambé when we make it. Gather your fruit, put it into a bowl, because you're going to be doing something with this. You're going to be reducing it with the sauce later. This is where you actually get the juices out into a syrup. And we're watching our watch. Oh my goodness, is that an AP Jumbo with a red band? Yes, it is. The best watch to cook with. Absolutely gorgeous. Remember, when you're cooking, you have to keep your style. It'll take me a while, so when I come back, I'll have all the fruit ready, and then we'll go to the stage of making the crepe itself. That is an art. It's half art, half science. Many people don't understand. This isn't about a recipe, it's about a feel, it's about a tone. It's about an understanding between you and the flour and the milk and the egg, all coming together, embracing each other and zoning in together to make the perfect paper-thin crepe. That's next on the Hit Parade. I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Like, don't film it while it's dirty like that. Wait till it's cleaned off and then film it.
You shock A before
It
you
even
steam
smells
egg.
dirty.
Oh yeah, it looks, there's like a lot of dirt coming off there.
Yeah, this is working, Kevin.
Oh, this is super heavy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's a bad influence, you know?
Kev, I need to wash it in the sink. You got
Kev, I'm coming in.
Did you already put the cold water on this? You ready? Like, how come you don't taste
So nasty.
Yeah.
Chef Wonderful.
Nasty.
Chef Wonderful knows the ways of the blanchet or the crêpe flambée.
Are you stoned? I think you're stoned. You should hear yourself. It's almost too much.
Okay, so now we have to make the reduction. This is where we actually blend, my secret. We have our peaches ready. We blanched them, we took the skin off, we sliced them very finely, there they are. But we have to make them part of a reduction, which is going to be the jelly or the paste or the internals aspect of the crêpe flambée. So what do we need? Here's the secret sauce. We're going to get my blade of desire. Oh my goodness, my trusty friend from years and years. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut some oranges and get, remember I said fresh, everything's fresh. I don't want anything that isn't fresh. You burn in hell for that. So I'm taking fresh oranges, I'm going to squeeze them, a little squeezer here. I'm going to get 1 cup of fresh jus d'orange. All right, here we go. Cutting the orange in half with the blade of desire.
Kevin, those are grapefruits.
The f Where are the oranges?
Sorry, there's bullets all over here.
So look, the big challenge in crêpe flambée is to make the reduction that's actually going to be inside the crepe itself. Now I have a little secret to this. What I do is I blend a little orange with the peach, the reduction. So what I'm going to have to do, we've got all our beautiful peaches we blanched, sliced them thinly, they still have texture. Now we get some fresh orange, some oranges, okay? But remember what I said, I don't want any fake stuff. It's got to be fresh, 100% fresh. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a fresh orange, cutting it in half, right? Don't have to worry about the pips because I've got a great little juicer here. I'm going to take 1 cup of fresh orange juice. That's what matters here. Yeah, baby. Oh, I can smell the jus d'orange and a little bit of the oils coming through. That's what makes the experience so incredible. Let's just listen. Isn't that a beautiful sound? Oh my goodness, fresh orange juice. Like that is nectar. Here a little bit more. Look at how beautiful that is. Sweet. Maybe we only need 3 d'orange to do this, but fresh, 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 fresh. I don't want any frozen orange juice. I want nothing in anything Mr. Wonderful does or Chef Wonderful that is not real. And this is totally real. Look at that reduction. More fresh orange juice. Perfect. That's what we're talking about. The stream of beauty. I love the sound of that. Oh my goodness. A cup. We have all of our beautiful blanched peaches. We have a big pan. Now here's the secret. We got to be very careful with this. I'm going to be adding a little butter. Ooh, a little evil there. I know there's calories, but the taste is magnifique. And then a little brown sugar. That's the secret, but not too much. Not too much. So put all that together, and then we'll let it reduce, the reduction. That's the dream. And we'll do it slowly with a wooden spoon. We'll embrace these wonderful fresh flavors. And when we get it to something that's almost jam-like in nature, jam-esque, then it's ready to be put inside the crepes. But first we have to make the crepes. This is a lot of work, but somebody's got to do it. I'll do that again. Wait. Here's the key to success if you're a chef. And that's what I'm doing today. Chef Wonderful, the best crêpe flambée in the whole world. Eat Chihuahua caramba! Okay. Aren't you guys at least interested in trying these fucking crème flambés? I have a little bit of brown sugar, we're going to be using that, and some fresh unsalted butter. Unsalted butter, okay? This is key. You can add your salt later if you wish. I don't want salt in this dish right now because we're making the reduction. This is almost the jam that's going to go inside the crêpe flambée. And we've got to do it just so. We're combining the peach flavors and the texture of the fruit of peach with the jus d'orange, putting them together. So let's start. First, we take a big flat pan, heat it up right here. I'm going to start with just a little bit of butter. We get our blade of desire out. Remember, this blade's from the 1800s. A little bit of butter, not too much. You don't have to over butter anything. I always tell people you want to give the hint of butter, but you don't want to overdo it. I'm going to share some secrets with you about how this reduction happens. But this is the key to making the crêpe flambée. If the reduction is weak, if it's too thin, it's a disaster. If it's too thick, it changes the texture of the dessert, and it's also a disaster. And then I just throw in, this is a little secret. You know, we're having a little Olieri Moscato, one of the greatest, fantastic, perfect sweet wines for a dish like this. But we're not letting the butter burn. And so a little secret, just a little splash. Woo! You put that in there. Oh, yeah, there you go. Now, you introduce a little bit of the fresh jus d'orange. Remember, fresh orange juice has lots of sucrose in it. It's got sugar. Look at that. Not too much. That's just about enough. And then, of course, what we want to do is reduce our heat a bit because we got the butter going. I'm going to cut that down to sort of a simmer. A bit of an art here, just understanding the relationship between the jus d'orange, the butter, a little bit of that Moscato. Ooh la la. Just encore de un splash. Now, we want to get this going. So what's happening here is we're starting to reduce the orange juice, taking out the water as it comes to a simmer, and then the sucrose remains and it starts to thicken. Just about now, we want to introduce our peaches, our blanchet peaches, that we did all that work on to take the skin off and get the perfect fresh fruit, slightly over-ripened. Oh, you can just smell that beautiful citrus orange smell. It's just spectacular. I just love that. I just love it when that happens. Now, here's a little secret again. I don't introduce too much, but I'm throwing in a little bit of brown sugar, just a tease, a little teenage tease. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit to make that a little sweeter, but not too much. I don't like to over sugar anything. Now, remember our beautiful peaches. Oh my goodness, they're flowing with desire right now. We did such a spectacular job on that. We're going to take a whole bunch of them and slide them into the reduction right now. Oh, ooh la la, spectacular. Now remember, this is going to give the fiber. This is going to give the intensity to what we're building up for the center of the crêpe flambée. This really matters. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh la la. You know, I always clean up in the kitchen. I hate a dirty kitchen. Wipe that down just like that. Oh my goodness. While we're waiting for the reduction, I want to show you something about the tools of making crepe itself. This is a real art. This is hundreds of years old. This is a crepe pan, very low and shallow. We're going to show you how we make the crepe, also something you want to do just with a combination of flour, egg, and milk. But then you need the rake. You have to go around the edge of the pan like this to flatten it out so it becomes perfect. This is very hard to do. I learned this years ago as an apprentice in the kitchen, but it's absolutely spectacular to do it right because it comes out just perfect. Back now is the hardest part, making the crepe itself. Now the making of a crepe is really art because there's so many debates about how to do it. Forget recipes. You have to feel the crepe. You have to bond with the actual elixir, deciding how thick it should be. It's made of three basic components, okay? Eggs, white flour, milk. I'm using 1% milk because I'm trying to keep my svelte Adonis body in shape. I don't want extra fat when I don't need it. And this, as we're now blending, oh my goodness, the reduction is looking so great. Here's another little secret about the reduction. just while we're just getting on there. You know what this is? It's Grand Marnier, made from oranges. The orange reduction itself. Ooh la la, Ichiwawa. Ooh! That is the secret sauce. Anyways, that's fantastic. But there's no dessert without the crepe. So we got to put some eggs together. I'm going to basically start with 4 eggs. That's what we're going to put in here. And you know, there's no recipe to this. You can't write this down. You have to kind of go and learn. I learned this from my mother. She taught me how to make crepes. And then my father was really into it as well. And we debated for hours what's the perfect blend of some people put sugar in here. I think that's a faux pas. I think that's unnecessary given how much sucrose and sugar is going into the reduction. See this? White flour. Many people think white flour is evil, but for a crepe, you gotta have it. And putting it in. I don't know how much yet. I'm just feeling oneness with the eggs. And then, un peu de lait. That's the 1% milk. I have a vibe, I have a feeling for this first blend, okay? So, I'm whisking. I'm blending together the milk with the flour and the eggs. Ooh la la, here we go, ooh la la, see that? You want a big base pan. You want to bring air, you want to introduce it in. You're going to get all the little pieces of flour bunching, but you're going to have to whisk your way through that. This is the real art of whisking. You see how I'm using it to lift it right out of the bowl? And then I'm getting all the little pieces of flour. This is the whiskerino effect. Yeah, baby. It's like making an omelet in some ways. But I'm looking at it and saying to myself, in my years of experience as Chef Wonderful, that is not what I want yet. I want more white flour and un peu de lait, a little bit of the 1% milk, because I want something else that I don't see yet. I want something more consistent with a sort of a thicker, oh, there we go. You see, I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to get one. This is why I'm saying there's no recipe. There's only you, the whisk, the eggs, the bowl, the flour, the milk, and you are blending and combining and communicating with what you've got in the bowl. And you're deciding, am I there yet? Am I there? Oh, while we're here, look at the reduction. You see, a great chef has to keep an eye on everything on the stove. Ooh, the reduction is looking spectacular. Ooh la la. Oh, and the aroma is just killing me, you know? It's just reminding me how great this dessert's gonna be. That little Grand Marnier threw in there. You can't do that into the crepe itself. Now, some people at this point introduce a little salt. I'm against that. Many people don't want that salt flavor, but it has been done by many chefs. But I'm starting to see what I'm looking for. I'm starting to see a consistency I like. I'm liking that. Now, how to prepare the pan. Our reduction is looking fantastic. It's coming together. We're letting it happen. The heat looks perfect. I might crank it up just a tad just to confuse the elements, just a little bit. Now, there's a big secret to making crepe. You're going to use a pan like this, very heavy, and you have to heat it up to just the right temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. You'll know when you put the crepe on, you'll do a little test splurge. We're going to show you how to do that. You do a spanking of crepe on there just to see what happens if it's hot enough. But what I like to do is actually use a paper towel to embrace the pan with a little bit of oil so I get separation from the batter and the surface. First, we got to heat it up, all right? I'm going to start it up hot. Ooh la la, that's hot. Ooh la la. All right, now we need a paper towel. We're going to be using the canola oil, another gift from my mother who taught me how to do this. All right. Now, what we want to do is embrace the canola. We don't want to burn the oil. We just want to put a little bit on it. And then we use the paper towel to actually cover the surface. This is a trick she taught me because you get real consistency. Others try to do it with spatulas and stuff, but the paper towel is perfect. So I'm using the ladle. I'm taking a good dose and I'm putting it down on the pan, knowing I can spread it out with the rake. That's the art. Remember the rake. You've got to get this right. You want to push it out to the edges. You want to learn how to do this. It's not easy, but they'll try and teach you this. See what I've done here? It's enough to make a full crepe. I'm not embarrassed by that. And then the great thing about crepes is you can fill in a little bit. You cheat. If you thought you had a little bit of reduction on the edges, no problem. And you use your rake to fill in the holes. This is what they don't teach you in school, but Chef Wonderful's showing you. You're filling in your crepe, you're making it perfect. There we go. Oh, c'est bon. C'est bon. I have one little hole here. I'm just showing the truth. I'll just fill that little hole in with a little dab because I'm Chef Wonderful. I'm getting away with murder. Perfect. Look at that crepe. That is absolutely gorgeous. Proverbial rubber hits the road. You take a crepe, all right? You put it down. You get your reduction, which you've been working into a jammy consistency. It's hot. It's going to burn your fingers, but it's beautiful, all right? This is where you've got the consistency of the peach married to the jus d'orange. You brought in all your different consistencies to it, a little bit, as I said, of that brown sugar, Grand Marnier, the reduction of orange. This is the essence of the crêpe flambée. You don't want too much, but you don't want too little. You want to make it a beautiful experience as a dessert. In the middle you go. Then, the roulé. This is where you put it together. You fold in the two edges, okay? Then you take the center, you put it over top. This has been done for centuries. You put this flap on top. Taking our beautiful reduction, getting just the right texture. Ooh la la. Oh, just so beautiful. The smell of this is so gorgeous. Look at that jammy consistency. But you still see the essence of the peaches. They're still there. The texture's there. The reduction of the orange juice is perfect. Now you're going to introduce the flambé, the fire of desire. I'm choosing Grand Marnier because it's got orange in it, which complements what we've been doing with the peach and the orange. You have to be liberal. You're soaking it in a bath. Because I'm a traditionalist, I go with a match. Are you ready? Seal it with a kiss. The flame, the desire, the passion. The flambé itself. Light it in several places. There it goes. You can see the blue flame. Be careful because you don't see it, but it's burning hot. Ooh, it's flambeing right now. Oh la la. Ooh la la. Spectacular. Look, see the blue? See the blue? That is the essence of combining all the elements. This is the flambé moment. It's heating it up, bringing it back to dessert temperature, embracing the different elements to this. Oh, look at that. You don't want to burn the crepe. You can use a towel, but that little carbon action is okay too. That's fine. There we go. See what's happening there? It's caramelizing. It's fighting back. Oh, look, fire, fire, fire. That gives you an idea of what's going on with the flambé. Oh, look who's here.
What are you making?
I'm making your favorite, honey, crêpe flambée.
Okay, that looks really good.
Of course it's very good. It's taken me 4 hours to do this. Are you going to have one?
Good. I am having one.
All right, let's go to the table.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. All right, let's try it. Let's find out. How great is this? Everybody take their first bite. I've been working on this for 4 hours now. Oh my goodness. You know, you want just the consistency of the reduction, a little bit of the whipped cream. Mmm! Mmm! Oh, the best I've ever made. It's never been better. Is that not spectacular?
Really good.
Come on, kiddies. That is the best ever.
Really good. It's really good.
Oh,
Good job.
wow. Oh, that is amazing.
Good job, Cap. Really good.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy. So the crepe are perfect, the reduction is perfect, the whipped cream is gorgeous. Mmm. Mmm. The essence, combining the peach with the orange, the reduction, the Grand Marnier, the little tad of brown sugar, all together, the caramelizing with the crêpe flambée at the end creates this masterpiece. I'm speechless. I have nothing more to say. This is perfection. Perfection. Now, you try it at home.